Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
So today I will be reviewing Growing Up Hip Hop Season 3, Episode 10. So I know every week I say I love this show because it's so real. I say it like I'm a broken record, but no, I'm not joking. Like, I really love this show. It's a great break for me because I review a lot of shows and a lot of it's, fluff TV. And so, and I like that too, but it feels really good to watch something really real. I don't think this is put on for television. I really don't. I'm usually leery about these reality TV shows, but I really like this. So let's get into the review. So this week it opens up with Brianna, TT, and Egypt at the beach. And Brianna invited them to the beach because she wanted to have this cleansing ceremony where you write things down about people you want to forgive or whatever, and then you throw it in the ocean. It's true, absolutely symbolic. You don't have to do that to change your personality, but maybe she was running out of things to do for the camera, or maybe she thinks it works, but it doesn't work, and she will soon find that out. Now, in the beginning, I really could not stand Brianna. I just didn't like her approach, thought she was brash, and then I started softening to her a little bit because I realized under all of that tough talk is a very scarred individual and who doesn't know how to deal with her problems. But that still doesn't take away her consequences, okay? So, like, you might, been a victim before, growing up, but you still have to treat people right or deal with the consequences. I mean, I can't just start a fire and say, but I had a bad childhood, and then expect not to go to jail, right? No, it does not work that way. And it does not work that way for Brianna either. And she is making her life worse because of her approach to things. Okay, so she wants to apologize to Christinia, but you have to realize what you accused Christinia of. You publicly accused her of having an affair with her producer. And you did it in a very condescending way. You were like, word on the street is, and you were smiling, you have an affair with Adonis. And it wasn't like a caring, concerning thing. So you can't really expect her to forgive you when you want her to on your terms, and you have to give a person some time, especially if you really offended them. So throughout this whole episode she was wanting to apologize to Christinia, and then when she got the chance, Christinia wasn't trying to hear it. Christinia was like, Brianna says, can I talk to you? Christinia was like, no. And so then Brianna got mad. Instead of backing off, coming back on another day, waiting for Christinia to calm down, she decides to cuss her out. Oh, well, I was going to apologize to you, but not now, and now I'm just going to do it here in front of everybody. Brianna, what are you doing? That's not how you say I'm sorry, okay? You don't call people bitches because they don't feel like listening to your mess. You really made it worse, and in my opinion, you ended that relationship. I mean, I understand you didn't learn a lot growing up, but, I'm going to need you to get some etiquette classes. I mean, the sooner the better, Can't go around just rubbing people the wrong way. Then there was Egypt, who was sweet as pie. If Brianna's brash and, pushes people away, Egypt is total opposite. She's really sweet. She's got that little voice, Mom, Dad. She's cute. And she wanted her parents to reconcile. Now, just because you're cute and you had that little soft voice and you're sweet, this is kind of Brianna territory here. Like, you can't make people forgive each other or act the way that you want them to act. You just can't. But I applaud your efforts because it is your parents, and now the Salt and Pepper is going to be on tour with Naughty by Nature. This is going to be crazy. But in the beginning of the episode, there's this scene where Egypt is sitting down talking to her father. And Church is totally not taking any responsibility for the things he did to Peppa. Now, instead of becoming apologetic and saying, whatever your truth is, you can't try to diminish the situation like she's just doing this, out of spite. You can't do that. I mean, after going around and around the roller coaster with him, he finally said, well, maybe I would. But, I think he's embarrassed. This is another Brianna situation. People aren't perfect. When you get caught doing something wrong, really wrong in your case, I mean, a damn hell no in your case, you have to cop to it. And you have to apologize, and then you really have to change. But change can't start if you keep denying. Deny, deny, deny. And for me, I'm thinking he's denying because he's embarrassed. But until you acknowledge, apologize, you can't get out of that place of embarrassment. I mean, you're the one who did it, and it was an awful thing you did, and maybe you had your reasons, but in my opinion, hitting someone, beating your wife, I don't care what your reasons are, you had no business doing that. And that's probably what he's feeling and why he keeps going into denial. He wants to blame the victim. This is not about Peppa. This is about you, okay? I still like your music though. I'm just saying. Then there was Angela Simmons, who I love. I really love Angela Simmons. But she really has a aura about her. Like, if she doesn't have time for you, she doesn't want to deal with you, okay? She's just Angela first. And that's how it should be. I'm not downing her. But so I'm just glad she gave us a couple scenes this week. I mean, it's no telling when she's going to be there. But I like her. She had some scenes with Christina, and they were just being friends. And they had a scene with Romeo. They're not in the same shot, but Romeo was thinking about inviting her to his movie premiere. And he basically saying they kind of still like each other. There's a spark there. And he said he didn't see a ring on her finger. Okay, but he invited her anyway. She ended up being in New York at the time. So she's sitting down when the text comes in. She's talking to Christina. She says, I can't come. I'm in New York, but congratulations. Hang up. Then Christina spotted Bow Wow in the same bar, lounge, whatever it was. And so Angela wasn't too thrilled on talking to him at first because she said it had been years since these two have talked. Now, according to Angela and Bow Wow, they both knew each other really well. They were very close, but Angela wasn't giving up the goods. You know what I mean? She just, she was a virgin, according to her. You never know. I mean, I'm not saying she's a liar, I'm just saying you never know. But according to her, she was a virgin, and she didn't want to cross that line with Bow Wow. But they were still good friends. So he comes over to the table, he's talking. They arrange a meeting the next day, a lunch, just to catch up with each other. And this is really weird. Now, I always feel, for some reason, I know this drives Romeo and Angela crazy, but I think those two would have made a really good couple. I don't know why. I don't think she would make a good couple with Bow Wow. I don't think Bow Wow make a good couple with anybody, because he said it himself. He's not the marrying type. At least he's acknowledging this time. He should never ever get engaged again, let alone get married. He's not the marrying type. But I like the way he interacts with Angela. He keeps it all the way real. Okay, he talks to her. He doesn't let her evade questions, or he's just very real with her. Like, hey, if we could have our relationship could have been more, but you know what I wanted? I'm kind of shy, so I'm not going to say. He was like, you didn't give up the pee. Oh my God. And then he was like, so are you happy in your marriage? And she was like, of course I am. He's like, yeah, but every time I see you ring off, ring on, he's saying what the audience is thinking. Like, yes, Angela. And he was like, you don't have to pretend like you're happy if you're not. So why I like her and Romeo together as a couple, I think her and Bow Wow as great friends is even better, because he doesn't let her get away with only answering the questions she wants to answer. And at least on this show, she runs the show. She only tells people what she wants and when she wants to tell them, and that's it. And she'll leave. Even to poor little Vanessa, she'll just get up and like, that's it, I'm done, bye. But with Bow Wow, he wasn't letting her out of it. So that was a really good scene. But I don't want them to be together. I just want them to remain good friends. And I'm hoping, maybe one day in the future, Romeo can break up with this really new pretty girl he's dating and get back to Angela. Is that mean? And then there's Boogie. Okay, I got a lot of heat for saying that I don't know what it is about Boogie. I don't care if he's on drugs or not. I think he's a good guy. Listen, this is a statement that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes good people do bad things. And there's nice drug addicts, and there's mean ones, and there's sweet ones, and then there's selfish ones. Something about Boogie won't let me hate him. I really like him. So I'm standing in my truth. I don't care what anybody has to say, okay? That's it. I'm standing in my truth. But, and I was really shocked what a good dad Dame is being. I'm not going to say it again. I've been saying it in all of my episodes. You know, he has a very bad reputation. And I was believing the reputation. But I'm glad he's not, the reputation doesn't spill over into fatherhood. I mean, you can tell he's upset. He's worried. Who wouldn't be? But he's standing by his side. Now, that is fatherhood. Say what you want about Dame Dash. He may be an a-hole, like they say. That might be true. And he might be, you know, overzealous and always wanting to be the best in business to the point where it drives you crazy. But you can't call him a bad father. You just can't do it. And so he was going with Boogie to, you know, during the episode, Boogie's tried to live his life normally. Like he went to, you know, a couple parties, and he went to Christinia's walking in the fashion show. But at the end of the episode, he had to face the music. But it was a really odd thing that he did. He let his dad come with him, but he wanted to face the music by himself, just him and his lawyer, almost like a man. And he's nervous. And, you know, Boogs might be on his way to, you know, jail. I hope jail doesn't change him. He's really sweet right now. You know, you don't know what jail will do to you. I hope he doesn't go. But that's not up to me. So in this episode, sweet little Egypt, who doesn't know how to stay in her lane, really wants her parents to get together. So she books this fashion gig with Angel Brinks. She used to be on Basketball Wives, remember? Well, you know, her clothes look good. She's blowing up as a designer. You know, she almost as if she had nothing to do with that ratchet show. So that's really good. So she invited both her parents. And Peppa came. Oh, of course Peppa was going to be there. And her, what do you call it? Her gossip spreading aunt came. I don't know, or cousin, TT came. She wasn't spreading anybody's business this week, but it's only been 1 week. She'll probably get back to it, you know, next episode. And, but Tretch didn't show up. And he said it's because his flight was canceled. Now, I don't know if his flight was canceled or not, but because of the way he was acting in the early episode by not taking full responsibility for being, you know, a beater, a wife beater, that's what he is. It sounds mean, but it's true. I don't believe the whole plane got canceled scene. I mean, Tretch just doesn't want to face the music and take responsibility for what he did. At least not now. Who knows? Maybe one day he'll fall and hit his head and stand up to what he did and give Peppa the only thing she deserves. That's just an apology. Like, that's not that hard. He's acting like this harder than the actual beating. I mean, just say you're sorry. But I think this is his pride and his humiliation. You know, it's embarrassing for the world to look at you like, you know, a wife beater. But you know how, I mean, listen, I don't look at you like a wife beater. I look at you as a wife beater with some really good songs, like Down with OPP. That's always going to be a classic. But after I'm done singing the lyrics and I'm thinking, yo, Naughty by Nature's a good group. Too bad Tretch beat Peppa. You know, he's got to step up to the plate. He's got to do it and stop hiding from the issue. You just have to do it. I remember I saw him on, what was it called? Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp with his girlfriend at the time. It's going to be a while before he apologizes because he just has one of those stubborn personalities. You know, I mean, he'd rather cut off his foot than say he's wrong. And that's what he's doing again, you know. Child, she might not ever get that apology. I hope he stands up to the plate. Celeste, that's the girl he was on with. Celeste, you know, she used to beat him into not beating, beat him, but really back him in the corner to make him to get to see his ways. So, hopefully he'll come around. But, I'm not going to wait for it. Still love OPP. So that's pretty much what happened this episode. It was still really good. It was really good. Seeing people be so honest and they're opening up their lives. Now, I say Tresh owes Peppa an apology and he's running from his problems, but it's still got to be really hard to just do this in front of a camera. It really is. But they saved the best for last, and the best scene for last was Romeo. Now, I love Romeo. I just think Master P raised such a, responsible, decent man. I mean, he really is. But in most problems that he gets himself into, he always gets himself out of it. They're not that hard. He just works harder. That's his model for everything. Hey, I don't get this movie, I'm gonna work harder. I don't do that, I'm gonna work harder. That's how he solves a lot of his problems in life. He just works. Friend wants to sue me, I'm gonna work extra hard. Okay, but this might be something he can't get himself out of. So this girl approaches him after the Angel Break shows, and she was like, "This is why you're not picking up your phone." And he was like, "Who are you?" So he sends his girlfriend and his friend away, and she was like, "You got my friend pregnant." Now they they left us in suspense because they start flashing on the screen all the women he's been dating just on the show, and it was like a handful. Romeo, I mean, you get around, but I have a feeling it was the first girl that he was kissing on camera. The one with the curly hair and, the big boobs. I think it was her. We'll find out next episode, but, this is going to be a life-changing experience if it's true, or he could just be getting blackmailed again. I hate to say it, but, Master P and his family, they're targets because everybody knows they have money. But I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I got to come back next week. And I will be back next week to watch my favorite reality show. So, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.